Dan Cole explains why Ted Hill continues to miss out on England's starting role. Retired England centurion Dan Cole has offered his verdict on why Bath back rower Ted Hill continues to be overlooked at test level by England head coach Steve Borthwick, despite delivering consistently strong performances for his club. After a slow start to the season caused by injury, the 26-year-old has returned to top form for Johan van Graan's Bath side. Hill was one of the standout performers in Sunday's thrilling 45-34 defeat to Toulon in the Investec Champions Cup, helping the Premiership champions remain competitive throughout the contest. Despite his club form, Hill's England opportunities have been limited. He made 3 appearances off the bench in 2025 against Scotland and Italy in the Six Nations and the USA during the summer tour, adding to 2 earlier substitute outings under Eddie Jones. However, he has yet to earn a test start and has frequently been omitted from Borthwick's matchday squads. A fantastic individual performance. Hill's ongoing international absence was discussed by Cole on For the Love of Rugby, the podcast he co-hosts with former England scrum half Ben Youngs. Reflecting on Bath's performance in Toulon, Youngs said, "One player I want to talk about is Ted Hill. Once again, a fantastic individual performance. What does he have to do to get more England recognition?" Cole responded by stressing that Hill's omission is not about ability, but tactical fit. "I don't think he's not an international player," Cole said. "I just don't think he suits the way England want to play the game at this point in time. You've got your Sam Underhills, your Guy Peppers, players who go around hitting everything and working in the middle of the field. Ben Earl is similar. They do huge amounts of work in tight areas." Cole compared Hill to former England flanker Tom Croft, highlighting his athleticism and effectiveness in wider channels. Ted Hill can do that work, but he's one of those classic sixes who is at his best in space because he's such a great athlete. He can jackal and hit, but he naturally ends up in those wider areas. That can be brilliant if you're set up to play that way. Move the ball and create space. But England's current approach is about 3 back rowers who hit everything, jackal hard, and turn games into arm wrestles. That's why Ted Hill misses out. Cole was quick to emphasize that the decision is not a reflection of Hill's quality. It's not because he isn't good enough. England have chosen a different path, and sometimes that happens. You have to pick players who fit the way you want to play, and you can't really argue with it when England have won 11 games. Praise for Kyle Sinclair, and Toulon forwards Cole also used the podcast to praise former England teammate Kyle Sinclair, who impressed in Toulon's win at Stade Mayol. "You got to credit Kyle Sinclair," Cole said. "He was brilliant. He played nearly the full 80 minutes. His carrying was strong, but his scrum was excellent. He showed the class of player he is." Sinclair, who moved to Toulon from Bristol in the summer of 2024, has not been available for England selection since his switch to the top 14, having fallen down the pecking order following the 2023 Rugby World Cup. Youngs echoed Cole's praise, also highlighting Lewis Ludlam's impact. "He looked lively," Youngs said. "Great at the set piece, making meters, making breaks, looking for offloads. He looks like someone who is really thriving out in Toulon." Lewis Ludlam as well. Joe McCarthy catches the eye. Youngs also singled out Leinster, and Ireland locked Joe McCarthy after his standout performance in Leinster's Champions Cup win over Leicester. "I was really impressed with Joe McCarthy," he added. "He's a proper modern-day lock. I would have loved to see him go up against Ollie Chesham or George Martin. Ireland definitely missed him in the autumn. Those conditions suited him perfectly. He was physical, involved in everything, and a huge presence with and without the ball. Great to see him back."